My name's Jim.
You still haven't taken a deep breath.
No. Hey there, everybody. My name's Logan.
And I'm Jen.
And this is Surprised by Marriage. Well, if you're watching this video, you know what's right around the corner. And that is a 4-letter word named...
Two 4-letter words.
Two 4-letter words named Holy Week. That's right.
Holy Week is upon us, and so it's been a very long Lent, well, for us at least, maybe for you too, and it's very tempting to want to give up on all of our Lenten resolutions because
The finish line is there.
Yeah.
I can see it.
Yeah. So
Easter.
we have really come to see Holy Week as a time to really just dig in and
double down.
Yeah, double down basically. So, and it's been such a blessing for our marriage and our family life, and it makes Easter even more glorious. And so we wanted to share some ideas on what Catholic couples can do during Holy Week.
So without anything further needing to be said, let's roll into them.
First idea is to have a Holy Week of darkness.
A Holy Week of darkness?
So
what does that look like?
Full disclosure.
Let's give you. Does it look like this, Jen? Does it look like this?
I don't, it's...
All right, clap on. All right.
Full disclosure, we have never actually done this, but we have some friends who have been doing it for years, and it's exactly what it sounds like. Your whole Holy Week is in darkness, so they don't use the lights. They have lots of candles that they keep lit all week, and it's been very fruitful for them. So we haven't done that.
Because I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, he doesn't like that idea. I think it's a great idea, but it is hard. We have tried to do this on Good Friday, though, so if it's a little daunting to do a whole week, we get it. Maybe just start with Good Friday, especially like during 12 to 3, those passion hours. So, Holy Week of Darkness, just to remind you that it is a very solemn time.
The second thing you can do for your marriage during Holy Week is to limit screen times.
Yeah, so we actually don't really watch TV during Holy Week unless it's something like the Passion of the Christ movie or something like that. So, yeah, it's just really good to put aside all the distractions like our phone and our TV and all of that and just fill it up with other things. Other things.
It's crazy because, being kids of the 90s, we never grew up with screens. And nowadays to say to limit the screen times, that seems pretty hard.
Yeah.
But, I think it's worth a small sacrifice for what Jesus had to go through. And I think it's very fruitful when we come out the other end of it.
Yeah. Third idea is to go to confession. So hopefully you've already been at least once during Lent, but if you haven't done so thus far, this is the time.
And confession, it's scary. It's scary, Mom. It's scary.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I'll be honest, I still get nervous even though I've gone like a million times.
I think anybody will get nervous about doing something if it's been a long time. So if you're watching this video and it's been a very long time since you've been to confession, maybe use this as a little tug on your heart to say, let me give it a shot and give it a go. And man, just the relief off your shoulders that you feel, like knowing like you're about to start Easter fresh.
To be fair, I still get nervous even if it's been only 2 weeks since my last confession.
Which it typically usually is.
Throwing
with
that out
girl.
there.
Yeah.
But yeah, we love confession. It's made such a difference in our marriage to go consistently. We forgive each other better. We hear the Lord more clearly. It's just like there's so many graces that you get from the sacrament of reconciliation.
Next thing is get ready for it, but it's for fasting most of the week. All right, we're already fasting throughout Lent in general on Fridays and here and there.
Well, on Good Friday, that's like the big day.
But here's a challenge. Add a little bit more for this last week.
Yeah, it sounds crazy, but a priest told us to do this in 2020. So this is actually when we were unable to go to Mass at all. He told us to fast on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, skip Holy Thursday, and then fast on Good Friday. And like the fasting that you do on Ash Wednesday and Good Friday, like that's the fasting he was talking about. And we did that, and it was so fruitful. It was the best Holy Week we'd ever had, and we didn't even go to Mass. Like, that's the crazy thing. It was so fruitful, and so we just want to challenge all of you. If you want to step it up a little bit, that is a great way to do it.
And it makes you really be appreciative of the things that you might take for granted every day. And so, like, 1 week, not bad. Give it a shot.
Yeah, you can do it.
You can do it.
Fifth idea on what Catholic couples can do during Holy Week is to attend as many liturgies as you can. So we love the Holy Triduum, like even our boys do. So we have 4 boys, ages from 7th grade down to 3 years old, and they all love the liturgies. We go on Holy Thursday, Good Fridays, hit or miss. We go to the Easter Vigil, which is like 2 hours long, sometimes even longer, and they love it. It is just so beautiful. It's such...
And it's funny because the Easter Vigil starts in darkness.
Yeah.
So if we kind of been doing the darkness
yeah.
all week, like it's a good transition, especially when they finally turn all the lights on and ring the bells and know that Jesus is risen.
Yeah, our boys really have come to love and appreciate those liturgies, and so be brave if you haven't done it before. It's
Give it a
just
shot.
so worth it.
Wash the feet. All the things.
Well, that's coming up actually.
Oh, okay. The next thing, keep in reference to washing the feet that we just said. That is the next thing.
Yeah.
Wash each other's feet
on Holy Thursday. So if you go to the Holy Thursday Mass, the priest washes 12 people's feet as part of the liturgy, and it's so beautiful, and it's such a great thing to do as a couple to, serve each other in that way.
Look, Jesus washed the feet of his apostles. And so, like...
Yeah, and that was back when their feet were, like, gross. Because they had sandals.
Yeah, Jen just got, like, a pedicure last week, so it ain't gonna be that bad. And my feet are immaculate, so, I mean, she should be very thankful. But it's a great gesture of love for you and your spouse just to do that.
Yeah, and to remind us of what Jesus, like, the example that he set to serve each other.
Next, keep the day of Good Friday and a solemn day. Yeah. Don't do a giant crawfish boil if you're in South Louisiana.
Yeah, we live in South Louisiana, and it seems like the most popular day to have a crawfish boil and throw a big old party, and it's just mind-boggling why people think that's a good idea. Yeah, and so it's hard to go against the tide and just to keep things very solemn. Like we try to keep the lights off, light some candles. Yeah, and it's hard, especially a lot of times he's usually at work on Good Friday, so I'm like at home with the boys trying to like not turn on the TV and all of these things, so it's extra hard. But it's one day Jesus was hanging on the cross. I have to remind myself. Yeah, and
look, you can do something extra, like as far as keeping the day solemn. We did a video a long time ago where we actually did a church walk, where we visit all different churches within our city, and every city, I'm pretty sure, might offer that within the archdiocese that you live in. And so, click on it right here to see that video.
Yeah, and actually our church actually does a driving one, like so everyone gets on a bus and they drive to different churches and they pray Stations of the Cross at each church. And so there's many different ways that you can enter into the solemn, I don't know the word, of Good Friday. And lastly, what you could do during Holy Week is to pray the Stations of the Cross. So Stations of the Cross is one of my favorite devotions. I don't think we've ever actually talked about it, but I love the Stations of the Cross, and people tend to reserve it just for Lent. But I'm just going to throw this out. I know this is about Holy Week, but just while we're mentioning it, pray the Stations of the Cross all the time. Highly recommend it. Well, maybe not during Easter, but pray it all the time, especially during Holy Week and on Good Friday. Those are the days. Like, just walk, literally walk, figuratively, walk with Jesus to Calvary.
And remember what he went through and what he died and sacrificed for us. Yeah. And so that's really a good way to reflect together.
Yeah. I've received so many beautiful insights while praying the Stations of the Cross, even though I've done it so many times. It reminds me of the Rosary, just the things that God shares with me. It's beautiful. And yeah.
So we hope that was a little insight and a little bit of a spark to you and your marriage and what you can do as Holy Week approaches this Lent season and every Lent season.
Yeah, remember we're trying to get each other to heaven, and Holy Week is just the perfect time to work on that and just little nudges towards holiness together.
Nudge.
So thank you for joining us. We will see you next time.
Bye.